We've just seen Tesla's sales numbers for the month of November in Europe. When you consider those sales that they just had in Europe, the fact that the Model Y was the best-selling car in the entire continent, period, not EV, just the best-selling car, period. Then when you look at their sales of their EVs in Australia, in New Zealand, in other countries around the world, plus what's just happened in America with the Model 3 selling out, I'm convinced that what I've been saying has been right. And the media has been just making things up as they go along to get you to click, as they always do. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. My name's Sam Evans, and I'm coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. I had to think twice about that because I just came from Newcastle, just got back a few hours ago, and I saw these results, which are incredible. Honestly, these numbers are crazy because if you combine this with what I said would happen, and I know you guys were saying this too, I'm not saying it was just me, some of you were too, Chinese EV sales, right, have gone mental in Europe. It's the beginning of an avalanche. If you are an automaker in Europe, wow, you'd have to be pooping your pants right now. It's a big, it's very scary when you see the increase. And we're looking at a 170% increase in exports from China. Some of those, of course, include Tesla EVs. The Tesla Model Y was the best-selling passenger car in Europe, period, in November. I mean, it beat the Volkswagen Golf, which is cheap, right? The Model Y is expensive. It is. I mean, this is the one place, this is the one area in the world, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, where there hasn't been any discounts on the Model Y or the Model 3. None. There's been no discounts. Zero. I mean, I just reported on the price. I looked at the prices on Tesla's website. I looked at every European country there for sale when I did a video recently, only about a week ago, right? And the prices hadn't been reduced. And yet, it's the best-selling car across the entire continent. Now, this comes down to, in my opinion, one thing. Production. After falling out of the top 50 in October, the electric crossover rebounded strongly in November with 19,144 units sold. That's a gain of more than 260% on the same month last year. The Model Y was Europe's overall bestseller in September. So crazy, right? An EV, an relatively expensive one, to be fair, is the best-selling car in Europe in September and November. And the Model 3 was the best-selling car, I think it was in March earlier this year, but the Model 3 was the best-selling car in Germany in October. I mean, I thought all these people were saying that Tesla was being decimated in Europe. I've seen that comment. I'm sure you have too. Yeah, I've seen that comment, in fact, hundreds of times. It's nauseating the amount of times these people repeat themselves. But my point is here, okay? We've been saying it. I've been saying it. Don't count Tesla out. It's ridiculous. Don't say they're going to go bankrupt because there's people who are still saying this. It's time to move on from that. Even if you feel that way, just keep your mouth shut because it sounds ridiculous right now. Tesla's European sales rose 97% in November to 31,820 units, mostly because of a 260% increase in sales of the Model Y. That's crazy. That actually made them one of the biggest automakers in Europe in November. I mean, what a revolution this is. I mean, this is two models. I don't understand. I've been saying this now for a long time. Why does the Volkswagen Group think they need 200 models? I mean, why do they think they need that kind of complexity? They just released information that I've been reading today showing that what their model plans are for the next couple of years. It's so complex and so convoluted. They're going to detune. They're going to have different electric motors because they need to differentiate price models, and it's so complex. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, 20 models would be more than enough. Just rebadge them as whatever brand you want to call them. Skoda, Seat, Cupra, whatever, Volkswagen. Rebadge them. No one cares. They're all relatively budget type cars anyway. I don't think it makes any difference. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Now, the Model Y was the only EV on Europe's November sales podium. The only one. With the Dacia Sandero ranking second with a volume of 18,746. That's an increase of 16%. By the way, the Dacia Sandero is a budget gasoline-powered car. It's not an EV. And the Toyota Yaris coming in third place with 17,309 sales, which is an increase of 150%. But that said, Toyota sales in Europe have gone down significantly this year. And when you look at what they've got planned for the next 5 years, well, yeah, Toyota's going to lose a huge amount of market share. That is a guarantee. Now, year to date, the Peugeot 208, which also has an electric variant, which is definitely worth looking at if you're in Europe, is Europe's best-selling model with volume of 193,743. And it's going to finish the year as likely being the best-selling car in Europe. Now, obviously, the Peugeot 208 is a really kind of small car. It's a similar size to a Toyota Yaris. And those smaller cars, as you can see, are very popular in Europe. I think the Tesla Model 2 is going to do incredibly well in Europe. And it would be good if Tesla could get that to market soon. Get some volume there, get some competition going on in that segment, because there's still not a lot there. This year, 6 different models of car have finished in first place for the month in Europe. But only 2 of them were EVs, and both of them were Teslas, the Model 3 and the Model Y. Like I said before, bizarrely and surprising to I think everyone, the Model 3 outsold the Model Y in Germany last month. I don't think that's going to happen again though. Tesla actually sold 6,811 Model 3s in Germany in November, which compared to 3,687 Model Ys. So they sold 130 more Model 3s than Model Ys in Germany. However, Tesla now has official sales of the Model S and the Model X in Germany. They delivered 106 Model S's to customers and 35 Model X's. I'm going to guess they're the plaid model. I mean, that's the vehicle people have been waiting for. I'm excited to see that vehicle tested in Europe, specifically by Carwell. I'm sure they'll do some fun drag races. That'll be cool to watch. Now, here's the big takeaway. Tesla's vehicle deliveries in Germany hit record levels for the month of November. According to vehicle sales delivery facts, they delivered an increase of 93% year over year for a total of 10,820 vehicles. That's close to the deliveries that BMW made in Germany. Yeah, close to BMW. Isn't that interesting? So Tesla's second best selling month in Germany for the year was in November. I don't think that qualifies as a demand problem. It's clearly not a demand problem. In fact, to be the best selling car in Europe, you can't have a demand problem. Now, if they just suddenly made the car really cheap and discounted it by like the amount they've discounted in the US now, $7,000 US, yeah, I could see then people would be saying, oh, there's a demand problem, they had to sell them cheaper, therefore we got this number. But the thing is, the facts are this. Tesla did not reduce the price of their cars versus the previous month or even the month before that. All it did was produce more cars, and therefore its sales increased. As I've said many times, stop listening to the media. They make nonsense up. It's just pure, unadulterated, unfiltered garbage. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, my friends. Bye-bye.